everyone. Welcome back to the Film Appreciation Podcast. I'm your host, Nick, and as always, joined by Isaac and Marlon.
That's us, guys.
It's good to be back.
What a horrible intro.
What do you
guys,
mean?
We need some energy, man.
What do you mean? That was decent.
I don't know. I feel like
You gotta kind of change the tonality every now and then. So that one was more drawn out, like Severus Snape, like Isaac and Marlon.
the Harry Potter references are going to be flowing today, aren't they?
Quite possibly.
Yeah.
So are you reading and watching or just reading? Or both?
Both.
Both, yeah. Yeah, we were having this argument.
Because you told me that you were reading them, and you told him
That you were watching them.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. I'm like, I swear I remember having a conversation.
No, yeah, I'm doing both.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway.
been absolutely joyful.
So it's been 2 months since we last released a video, which got a massive 41 views, might I add.
41
Korea is fucking killing it. Bro.
We are
might drop out in
raking in the big bucks. But today we have four very special films, not three.
Four.
Because we
Are
have...
they fantastic?
Well, I'll tell you what, one of them certainly is.
Jesus Christ.
Due to the, I guess, sort of length and time since our last podcast, we are covering a month and a half's worth of content. And let's get started with Eddington.
Eddington.
Ari Aster.
Indeed. Ari Aster, Joaquin Phoenix,
Pedro Pascal.
Emma Stone, Austin Butler. Basically, we're talking about late May of 2020, the town of Eddington, New Mexico. Joaquin Phoenix is the sheriff. He's, one would say, I guess, a conservative, And Pedro Pascal is the local mayor up for re-election. He's a Democrat. And the COVID-19 pandemic is sort of kicking off. We were also sitting there having PTSD flashbacks to that. Lots of masks and social distancing and all of the bollocks.
I don't know about PTSD.
And
man.
also laughing.
That was
the best time of my life, just sitting there playing Minecraft, watching YouTube, doing nothing.
No work.
Yeah.
Sure.
I think we all had, we had a very different experience to COVID in Australia than America did.
But
That's probably because of our culture.
But yeah, I was going to say, this is something we'll get into anyway, but like the lockdowns was still like very strong here. But I don't know, people...
Well, I actually think we probably had stronger lockdowns, but generally it is just down to how we operate as a people, the Australian people mentality, which is just like help your mate out.
So yeah, the camaraderie,
work along for the common good. If we're kind of would love to be outside of something, but we understand the reason for the lockdown, then we just participated because we want to be a good citizen. Whereas the Yanks, this isn't critical to the Yanks, but they're obviously much more about we're America, we're the land of the free,
freedom,
and they generally don't care about each other as much as Australians do. That's so clear. Like, trust me, that's just a fact.
Well, we were also we were 15 at the time, right? And this is from the perspective of two 40-year-olds, 45-year-olds.
Oh, do you mean the characters? Or
Yeah, the COVID. Yeah.
How old is Ari Aster?
He's in his late 30s, 40s, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's from them, but also like there are teenagers involved.
There are.
Although that commentary with those characters is not really about COVID. It was more about
Another topic.
social progressivism and sort of the perhaps lack of authenticity associated with that with regards to some people. What was very interesting, we'll jump right into it, it's not been successful in the States. We had this conversation out at the cinema. This movie's not been successful in the States, and because it came out like 6 weeks ago. It's just coming out in the rest of the world, so we'll see. But in the States, it's not been successful because it does not take a side. It's very critical of the left and their opinions and the way they acted during COVID. It's very critical of the right, their opinions, the way they acted. And so neither side in America is going to like the movie because they feel like their values or their beliefs are being assaulted.
Targeted. Yeah.
So I understand why it wasn't successful, but I think the reason why it wasn't successful is one of the best parts about it is the fact that it's so grey and doesn't take a side.
Yeah.
I found that very compelling.
Well, being removed from the American political system and sort of either of those sides, you get to hear the appeal of both sides and why it's such a distinct, I guess, sort of separation of the two, because pretty much if you're one, you're the antithesis of the other, which is very different to what we are here in Australia.
Yeah.
And
well, the political spectrum between our two major parties is like this much.
yeah, a teaspoon.
America is like that. You know?
Yeah.
It's essentially like how much they want to go give like corporations money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm only going to give them $3 billion this year.
Yeah.
Shut up, Anthony. Anyway, we won't start getting into the Australian politics. We're talking about Eddington. So that's one topic, but what do we think of it? Let's just start there. Do we like it? Go.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it a lot more than I didn't. And as we unpack it, people will soon realize there is so much going on. It is just a film jam-packed with shit, not only sort of themes or sort of topics of conversation, but just the actual events and the plot itself. It is stuffed. It's full and it's long. It's 2 hours 20, 40.
It was 2 hours 40.
2 hours 40. It's a big film, but I think it does all the right things. It's executed well. It's hilarious. God, is it funny? I haven't laughed that much in a cinema. Not only out of humor, but out of disbelief, shock.
There are some insane moments in the film.
It is acted well.
Yes.
It is acted very well. You know, Ari Aster loves Joaquin Phoenix, particularly through, Beau is Afraid, which we've also covered on this podcast, I think around episode 12, maybe even earlier.
It was way earlier than that, wasn't it? Like episode
It's pretty early.
4?
Oh, there you go, episode 4. But Pedro Pascal isn't even in it that long.
Yeah. No, I was going to say he's effective for what his character was, but his character is honestly...
Pretty small.
Yeah, he's not that important to the story.
Other than that, Emma Stone and Austin Butler float in and out.
Yeah.
Emma Stone's good. She's great. She doesn't really put a foot wrong at the moment, but she's not given much in this film.
Yeah.
She's given like the opposite of the poor things sort of treatment,
Yeah, and the funny thing is with Emma Stone is like, I haven't seen her in a non-Yorgos thing for so long that I could feel the lack of his presence. Because I feel like he brings out a performance in her that only he could bring out. And that's not to say that her performance in this was weak, but it was just like a noticeably, I'd say maybe toned down.
Yeah, well...
It felt like just a normal performance, whereas Yorgos gets her to go like in insane directions.
When you think of, the old classic auteur actor/actress partnership.
The muse,
Yeah, I mean, Emma Stone's one of the most recent great examples of that. With Yorgos, same with Defoe and Eggers, etc. They really know the, I guess, the, for lack of a better word, partner. But I don't think Ari Aster's worked with her before. He hasn't.
No, I think Joaquin is a very like Ari Aster suited actor.
Yeah, just fucking insane.
Yeah,
but I think you can really split the film into 3 parts. In my opinion, you've got essentially the whole conflict of the first third is Ted Garcia, so Pedro's character, and Joaquin Phoenix's character, Sheriff and Mayor and Sheriff, and Joaquin's character, Sheriff Joe, Mr. Joe Cross, decides he wants to also be mayor because he's sick of the the treatment of the town and the people because of COVID. And then in the second third, you've got the Black Lives Matter movement.
Yep.
Or even sort of the second quarter, perhaps.
Yep.
And then you've just got, it divulges into this insane assassination and Antifa scapegoat plot. It's just hard to unpack.
I was going to say, one thing that I was thinking about with the movie is that when I think I said to you, there were some parts that I thought could have been cut because I thought it was very full, and some things I sort of didn't really understand their place in the movie, like the Austin Butler character, for example.
Yeah.
And I do still think his character was very undercooked, and I feel like his character could still have served his role, which is basically just to influence Emma Stone's character and push her towards leaving Joaquin, which then spirals him down a path.
Yeah. But Austin Butler's character, let's just say he's like a hippie cult, sort of bodily rights kind of guy, anti-rape to the extreme.
Yeah. But he's a conspiracy theorist and stuff. I think though my point that I was going to make, which is that there are all these sort of threads, but I do think that he really did build up to a very satisfying climax that served all of it. And so in some ways, I don't know exactly what I would cut, because when you start picking apart little things, you can very clearly see how it all does help build up different moments. Like primarily, most of the stuff in the beginning, the first third, where you might think it's a bit messy, this protest going on, this like young boy who's trying to get with this like really woke girl, all of the sort of stuff's going on. And it ultimately is all about Joaquin Phoenix. Like the whole movie is rested on his shoulders, and it's all about breaking down his psyche to a point where he makes this decision, and then a couple of subsequent decisions that we were all like, what the fuck just happened? What was that? Which we might reveal, we might not, I don't know. But
we like giving spoilers on this podcast.
Yeah, we might address it in a sec. But yeah, so then that's something that I have marinated on, and it proved in my mind, is I'm sure individual little scenes could be cut.
Yeah.
But when I first came out of the movie, I thought the whole like Austin Butler character could be cut, and I don't think that's true. But yeah, I feel like 2 hour 40 movie, it could have been trimmed down to like 220. I feel like this is still a 220 movie.
Yeah, well, I certainly think the last 10 minutes are unnecessary. That's just in there for fun. You got to admit, like, there's no need to see the consequence.
Well, I think there definitely is, because I mean, for one thing, that whole last 10 minutes is Joaquin's character's reckoning, which he certainly deserved.
Yeah, you're right.
You know, and I think it was more interesting to do that than, for example, just have him get killed.
Yeah.
Which,
do you think we're supposed to feel empathy at the end?
I don't. But I could understand if someone did.
I think some people don't like... They view that ending as we're supposed to feel empathy for a character not deserving of empathy.
Yeah, I don't think that's what Ari's trying to do. I think that ending is him getting his just deserves.
Comeuppance.
Yeah, his comeuppance. And, I mean, he's sitting there totally helpless. This mother of his wife,
this loose mother,
who's totally crazy and he doesn't like at all, is sleeping next to him. He can't do anything about it.
This nurse is abusing him.
Yeah, like he can't say.
That was funny.
He can't say or do anything. He sits there, unable to move, unable to talk. He's a political puppet.
Yes, an honorary mayor.
Yeah,
it's like
an honorary mayor.
Those Polish towns that elect dogs.
Yeah, so it's kind of like. And I don't know, like I can't really be bothered to try and draw into perhaps any political commentary that the last 10 minutes is saying with regards to some of those other characters like the mum. But yeah, I definitely do think it was completely necessary, and I did find it very satisfying. Because I found it satisfying in the sense that I didn't feel empathy from it all. I was like, he deserved this. What happened to him, you know?
No, I get that. I just still feels a bit long.
It does also
like there's the whole speech that she gives.
Yeah.
And I get that's pounding in the point of, look at this dude's helplessness, and you know, this is justice served sort of vibe, because he's sitting there, and then you've also got the cop, his other cop,
Michael.
Yeah, Michael.
Michael, yeah.
Yeah, Michael Cook, who's called Michael Ward in real life.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. But yeah, him filming, and he gets blown up at some point too. And
yeah, like don't get me wrong, there's stuff to cut, but I found the last 10 minutes pretty effective. Again, I just think there's just little moments throughout the whole thing where you could have just pulled a scene here, but the overall picture, I think, is deserving and satisfying.
Solid gold Magikarp.
Bowie, you said fuck all. Let's hear some commentary from you.
I don't even know where to start. I mean, I'm trying to think about what the thesis of the movie is, and I don't know if it's literally just supposed to be like a sort of stereotypical kind of like both sides type of thing are cooked, and the real threat is like, you know, big tech or something, and while we're squabbling over seemingly non-important things, you know, this is happening. But the issue I have with that, if that is the thesis, is it does really make it seem like what people actually care about politically is not important, when obviously it is. So I don't know if that's a good reading of the film, or if...
Yeah.
I don't know.
I didn't really take it that way.
Yeah.
And with sort of Ari Aster's, all of his filmography, I feel like there are implications one could make with all of them. Mm-hmm. But I don't really think he's a director that's trying to prove a point. like certainly I think this film is story first, politics second. Like at the end of the day, it is a story, and all of the events are just contributory to the plot progression moving forward.
But it spends so much time on like Brian and the girl, all of those characters, and then how they tie back into, like the framing of the black police officer and so on. Mm-hmm. It seems to me like it's really hard to say that there's no bigger message that he wants to have here.
I think it very well could be the tech one. Not that I'd even really thought about it. I mean, you think obviously because the Ted Garcia, Pedro's character, is the one that's driving and encouraging that for the growth of the town and all this stuff. But and then it very rarely gets mentioned again after the start. After
it's like this looming threat.
And then you're like paying no attention, and then after all this shit goes down, it's still there. Yeah. It's the thing that pushes out as the success, or as the dominant power.
Yeah.
There's also commentaries on native land.
Yeah.
Because it's so long, it's just talking about so much.
It does cover a lot, like because.
And one thing I'd like to ask, and I have no thoughts at all, but I find the poster really interesting. If you guys have
looked, the bison,
the three bisons. Yeah.
Well, who are the three bison?
One's fallen off the cliff, and then the other two are following him straight off the cliff.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So who are the two that follow?
They're just bison.
But you don't know, like symbolically, you don't think it's...
Sure.
I think it's a very nice poster.
See, I don't know, because I read a couple of reviews. I didn't want to read many, and I purposely didn't, because I didn't want it to influence this discussion, because I quite enjoy trying to reach my own conclusions through these talks. And one of them, like a negative one, which was basically saying like, Ari seems to just be throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. And he's mentioning like all the different political grifts, conservatives, big tech, Native America, Black Lives Matter, Antifa, like police brutality, all this sort of stuff. And I don't disagree, because I mean none of them really reach some sort of satisfying conclusion. But I think that
I think Antifa gets a great conclusion.
I actually think they do. I like even the Brian's character. The reveal that he is just straight up. I mean, obviously you already knew it, but like the switch up,
Oh, that he turned like conservative.
It's hilarious. It's great. I don't know.
But for me, like this whole that it was just sort of a jumbled mess.
Yeah.
I feel like that if you're making a movie about COVID was a jumbled mess.
And America.
2020 was fucking nuts.
I didn't find that it was jumbled mess. I found that
it was a mess.
It was a lot. I just thought it was a lot, but I actually found that it works quite well together.
I do. I think it does work.
That's what I'm saying.
But my point being is that the review is saying it's basically this big mess of all these ideas, and I'm saying like that's what COVID was. Everyone was chronically online. Yeah. Everyone's posting about different topics and ideas, and it was crazy.
But the ideas all work well together in this context. Like okay, the movie starts right immediately. The mum has moved in, can't leave because of COVID.
Yeah.
You go, oh yeah, that's an idea there. She's chronically online. Conspiracy person. Like everyone, this is not like, and then there's a lot more obviously, and then there's the whole sexual abuse of children, and then how that ties into in America QAnon and that movement and so on. I don't think, because a lot of the stuff is so well known. I do think maybe if you watch this movie in 20 years, 30 years, if someone watches it without having been around in this time, maybe it would be a lot and it would feel messy.
Yeah.
But I think because these things everyone's very familiar with.
Yeah. It's such common practice conversation.
Yeah, and I think people have said why is this movie being made now? It doesn't really do anything for us now because we know all this stuff. Which
we also got to consider Buzz Afraid didn't have the greatest returns. Ari, I'm not sure, but I could guess maybe self-funded or took a while to raise the funds for this through various people.
Well, I don't know.
It's A24.
I absolutely have no idea. But I mean, in some respects, this is his most normal movie.
Well, yeah. Well, that's one of the
Until
things I
the
wanted
end.
to. Yeah, one of the things I
Yeah,
wanted
but
to mention.
the end is
yeah.
just kind of nuts. But it's not. It's not nuts
True.
in a trippy way.
Yeah,
it's just
you're right.
shit hits the fan.
Yeah, but like I was thinking, when is something just going to happen here? And
Yeah.
then you get the.
See, that was something I thought he did so well. Is despite it being long, I didn't find it compelling, and I thought that he was really pulling that string of tension as hard and as long as he could, until it did snap. And I was like, if it's going to snap, I want it to be big and satisfying, which it was. It was insane. Like the whole not the last 10 minutes, but the preceding 20 before that, where I guess the call, bins on fire, the Antifa people showed up, and the whole, everything on fire, the bomb, and then the massive shootout in the town.
Real question, I know nothing about Antifa. Do they actually have resources like that?
I have no idea either.
Bro,
I actually have no clue.
Because that was one of those things I never really, because obviously we're younger, so when it was happening, but I never looked into like any Antifa shit except like that it existed.
Yeah.
So I don't know anything about it.
None. But
Because if so, that's crazy.
yeah, it was. It wouldn't surprise me if some like rich person was involved in Antifa and funded it, but I don't know.
Well, that was one of the.
I don't care to speculate.
One of the headlines on one of the like conspiracy things in the movie was like George Soros and someone else. I think it was Antifa ruining the country or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think the movie. It is in a sense like, well, why is this movie being made if we know all of this stuff? But at the same time, I found it enjoyable because I knew all of this stuff.
It's just very relatable. Not to the same
it doesn't have to be a
extremes.
movie. I don't think it has to be a movie.
But again, I think that it's like that whole political stuff is just it's a paint on the canvas. The canvas it's still just a story. It's the story of Joaquin Phoenix as this cop.
Yeah.
And he does go through immense character progression and all this stuff. Like, it's still just a normal movie.
Yeah.
And what I really like thinking about is how a lot of reviews, and I think the marketing as well, they called this like the first modern Western, which I think that is definitely the case in terms of, I don't mean modern in terms of the setting, which obviously it is, but the way it's shot and the use of music is taking all of those stereotypes of the Western genre and implementing them.
The standoff sort of.
The standoffs. And they can do the standoff by doing COVID distancing. That's why there's all these standoffs. But anytime he walks into a room, like he walked into the supermarket without a mask on, they're playing like it's some, old Western thing, and it's all
like
silent.
Tension.
And, like certainly the way they built it up, a lot of the framing choices and things were all very much.
Lots of wide shots, very, long shots, wide shots.
Establishing things and whatever.
That's slow, the slow pans.
Yeah, and in fairness, it's a slow-paced movie that builds up to a crazy climax, and that is what a lot of Westerns are. I mean, the best Westerns are entertaining the whole way through, like Once Upon a Time in the West or Good, the Bad, and the Ugly and things like that. But a lot of Westerns are just like that. I've watched a few John Wayne ones with my dad, and it's basically like chewing the fat, bubbling, sort of low tension, and then it just all of a sudden breaks in this huge shootout at the end. That's very much what Westerns like.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I think, it just fulfills that Western cliche, for lack of a better word.
Oh, you also get to see Joaquin Phoenix's dick.
Well, that goes without saying, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Sorry, I asked to join, bro.
We were waiting the whole movie to see a cock, because Bo was afraid there's a massive dick.
Well, there were multiple, weren't there? I know there was the big one at the end, but I think there were multiple nude scenes.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he's a crazy schizo running around the streets.
What's the movie with is it the one on the ceiling? Is that in the attic?
That's Bo Afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's like a literal giant dick.
So silly.
But this one's just a paraplegic, brain dead.
Is he brain dead?
Not brain dead, but
I don't know. I mean, what? Well, you'd have to look at the diagnosis.
Severe brain trauma, that's for sure.
Yeah. That's a very funny scene, might I add.
Him getting,
When he got knifed.
When Antifa, yeah.
Was it an axe? Or was
No,
it
he got a
oh,
knife.
it was a knife. It was through like that.
Yeah.
The way he runs up like, it's so good.
Yeah,
he's just
standing with
massive.
standing with a gun. And
Because that's another thing that's great with like how the camera's done is he looks normal size.
Yeah.
And then he gets close and you're like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
Boom.
But that shootout was just so funny.
the porn.
And also, the other thing that they do that's so smart is they have a throwaway line earlier in the movie about Joaquin Phoenix's character being good with a gun. So then at the end, for me, like my suspension of disbelief just was fine. Like I was like, yeah, he could totally just kill all these people.
But also, do you know, I don't know if you missed this line or not, but right at the start when he said to Michael to take the rifle out and practice,
Yeah,
he said
he
one
said,
day, Because he
better than
pointed
me.
at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
chart and he said, "Try and do better than that."
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's like they already set up. So by the end of the movie, you're not like,
But I guess we will drop the big spoiler. All right, so I just dropped the big spoiler, which was that Joaquin Phoenix shockingly assassinates Pedro Pascal.
Is that we use GarageBand?
Probably halfway
shocking
through.
spoiler. That
Halfway
is
through the
shocking.
movie. It was.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he
Another Pedro joint where he doesn't survive. He's a bad year, bro.
Hang on.
he's driving just through the city. He sees the homeless man doing some crazy shit. There's just this homeless man the whole time too.
That guy's great.
Yeah, a rambling homeless man. But he sees the homeless man breaking into this bar, drinking shit, saying it all tastes like water. It's kind of funny, you know. And anyway, and he just watches him for a minute.
I'll try to poison you.
He watches him for a minute or two, and then just pulls out his handgun and kills him. Yeah, drops him.
Yeah.
And then he drives straight to the sort of
Pedro Pascal's house.
Do we see him set up before, or is it just
No.
we cut? That's right.
just
'cause
cuts- it just
that's
cuts
why
to
it's so shocking.
Yeah.
We're just chilling with
Pedro's
Pedro.
sitting there and he's talking to his son. and all of a
he's
sudden,
gone
boom.
like, I told you no women in this house. It's COVID.
Yeah.
And
Oh, there's the girl. Yeah.
yeah.
Dumbass bag, bro.
And yeah, just another movie where Pedro Pascal gets killed. It's a bad year, bro.
It's the
Had his fucking
actually,
third
had a golf
on the
club
Faps
shoved through his
Yeah,
neck in The Last of Us.
unfortunate, bro.
Had his head squashed like a watermelon. Game of Thrones.
decapitated in Love Lies Bleeding. No, in Driveway Dolls.
Driveway Dolls. He got shot with a million arrows in Gladiator 2.
Stabbed. Yep.
He's seriously is just getting killed left, right, and center. It is absolutely crazy.
Also, back to the movie. Sorry. Just before this thought goes, I actually think that the movie, like the Jumble Mess critique, is so bad when you think about how well it connects, both narratively and ideas with this, like the Pedro's character being killed and whatever.
Yeah.
Because immediately you have the like BLM thing brought back in, and it's actually narratively important because the girl character, her bag is set up as like a well, maybe it's a BLM thing. And then she's able to connect like the race, like able to connect the racism back to now that gets put onto Michael as he was responsible.
Yep.
Like they bring it all together really well. I don't think this idea that it's a jumbled mess is a good one because just because there's a lot happening doesn't make it a mess.
No,
to me.
I agree. And also, like, perhaps honestly, if it was shorter, but kept all of this content, like say if it was 2 hours,
Then it would feel.
it would feel too much because it would just be rushed. The fact that it does really take its time, I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I was never like bored. I was having a really good time.
I think there was one time I checked my phone because I just felt my eyes at one point go, oh, I'm a little sleepy. I'm like, I better not fall asleep. This is too good, I had to check, make sure. I was like, okay, yeah.
Well, we'd both had training, so we
Yeah.
should have been the ones having a snooze,
Well.
I'd say.
What was I doing? Don't know.
Probably nothing.
Having a snooze.
Oh, I would just watch Paper Moon.
Back to back.
Yeah, I didn't get to have a nap that day. So
Or
Not
today.
not even functioning, bro.
no, it's hard life, isn't it?
Can't have his cat nap in the middle of the day.
Anyway, back to the movie.
Back to
Great
the movie.
movie.
Yeah. When we got out, like, I still think Ari Aster, he made two of my all-time favorite horror movies. And I wouldn't say that this tops that or any of like those, but I did enjoy it a lot more than Beau was Afraid, for
Yeah,
sure.
me too.
And I would happily, like, I look forward to rewatching this.
I don't even remember. I definitely remember really enjoying Beau was Afraid.
I actually fell asleep.
What did I
was
give it?
afraid. You get
A 9?
Oh,
Like
like
an
a
8?
seven?
A 7?
7 or an 8. I think you have an 8.
I've got it at a
Yeah,
7.
okay, an 8. 8, okay.
At some point, I'll rewatch Beau was Afraid, but I'm looking forward to rewatching Eddington. I don't think I'll go back to the cinema to see it, but that's just because the economy's fucked. But I will rewatch it excitedly because I really enjoyed it.
It's a good cinema watch.
6 for Bell's Afraid, 8.
Oh, there you go.
7.
Yeah,
Look at that.
there you go.
Should we do ratings for Eddington? Have we got anything more to say?
There probably is way more to say.
Yeah, there's so much more to say.
But
For brevity's sake.
I don't think it really needs to be said, to be honest, because I think the most of the other stuff that needs to be said, apart from just like general reviewing good stuff that the movie did, is the political stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
which
not
I don't-
that interested in.
Yeah, and I don't. Yeah,
Because I mean,
effort.
if we want to talk about politics, talk about politics. The movie
this
is
is a politics podcast as well.
yeah, exactly. And I don't think we don't have enough research right now to sit here and go, yep, this is accurate, this is not.
Yeah.
All we can say is like I think the movie does an interesting job of just portraying what that time was like, and I don't think it needs to do more than that. Like people who are like upset that, like that maybe I could see why like someone on the left may be upset that a lot of the movies spent like slam dunking the classic virtue signaling people.
Yeah.
But again, that's not the real left. Those are just people on Twitter. So
Exactly.
move on.
And I would just say that the political commentary stuff is interesting. But as I say, I viewed it more as an icing on the cake on what was a good, compelling film.
Yeah.
The modern Western, which I definitely think it deserves that title. Yeah.
Yep. Ratings? No?
8 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, I'm an 8 too, I think.
So am I.
There we go.
Look at that.
Excellent.
Indeed. Well, we're going to move swiftly on.
Yep. Is it?
I'll introduce it. I'll do
Okay.
it. So
I got paper moons, so.
So basically, we're predominantly going to review Fantastic Four, the new Fantastic Four movie. But last episode, which was 2 months ago, we were like, we're going to review Superman, because at the time that was the big thing coming out. And we did review Superman, like watch it, and we did plan on reviewing it, but then, time got away from us and we decided to eventually include Eddington. And so here we are. So we're going to kind of discuss both. We'll start with Fantastic Four. We'll do just a little brief bit on Superman.
Gonna be riffing.
Luckily, as we said just before we started recording, that these films in a lot of ways are actually very similar, tonality-wise at least. Anyway, Fantastic Four, it's directed by Matt Shakman. His previous MCU credit was WandaVision. Stars Pedro Pascal. He actually doesn't die in this, like absolute W for him. Vanessa Kirby, Human Torch, The Thing, and they're the Fantastic Four, who are this superhero group. They went to space, they got powers, now they're superheroes. They're finally in the MCU. They're characters that people have long waited to be done in the MCU, and also to be in a good movie. I have nostalgia for the really early 2000s ones, but
With Chris Evans.
Chris Evans and Jessica Alba and all that.
Yeah.
But they're not good. They're not good movies, bro. And Fan Four Stick was like so bad. So finally, I would say this is a good representation of the Fantastic Four. So what do we think of Fantastic Four?
Well, I don't know. Like it's a solidly enjoyable movie, and that's all that really did for me.
Yeah.
I think it's a movie that deserved more time building the world. Like Galactus, I don't know if you mentioned Galactus.
The villain is
main
Galactus,
villain is Galactus.
and Silver Surfer.
Yeah, I just don't think Galactus got enough time. Like this is obviously skipping to, halfway through the movie. Well, actually, no, it wouldn't be. But when they go to Galactus's ship thing, like that happens so quickly.
Yeah.
And they're there. They talk to Galactus. Galactus says, "You're cooked. Give me the baby." They say, "What?"
Yeah.
And that's then they leave. And I feel like it would have been so much better if the journey felt long. But that's not what the story is of the movie, so I guess that's why they could cut it. But it just makes like everything feel like a lot, like the stakes are a lot less lower, because we don't really feel any of the
threat.
It doesn't feel like a real thing, It just feels like a classic, like, oh, there's a bad guy that we have to stop.
Yeah.
Well, I remember when I was growing up, I had a big encyclopedia of all the Marvel characters. And I'd just flick through it, reading about them, learning their profiles, their skills, superpowers, etc. And I always remember being fascinated by Galactus because he was described as, the biggest character in the book. And I'd always just sit and think about, what this would look like on a big screen or done properly and all this shit. And to finally see him was incredible, but left me, entirely unsatisfied. He is, even though as quickly as they rush that scene, that is the best part of him in the film, because when he goes to, was it New York?
Yeah. Like the equivalent.
Yeah, New York equivalent. That is also super quick.
Yeah, the whole last climax.
And he gets quite easily
it's very
defeated.
We pushed him in the portal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, he's back. Oh wait, no, he's in the portal.
And I ended up after the film thinking less about one of my favorite childhood superhero characters, and thinking more about how fucking badass Silver Surfer was, and how funny.
Julia Garner, bro, what a legend.
And
She's
how funny. Johnny Storm or the Human
Yeah,
Torch
I
and
found-
her's relationship was. I thought that was done really well.
Yeah.
And I know nothing else
The
about
movie was funny.
Yeah, and I know nothing else about
Like,
the
classically
Fantastic
Marvel
Four.
funny.
But
What-
it was...
Yeah. One thing they did really well was the fact that people need to remember that all 4 of them are astronauts, so all 4 of them are really smart.
Yeah.
And they never do that in the other movies. But like
Yeah.
Johnny Storm has that whole subplot of basically speaking her language, like figuring out her language.
Yeah.
Which I thought was great because they were actually showing that even though he's comedic and funny, like
Yeah.
he's still really smart.
Yeah.
No, I thought I came out of the film enjoying that almost more than anything else.
And the other thing that it does best is that they do feel like a family and they do get that team dynamic done really well. And I think that's due to the fact that they finally like let the emotional moments breathe. They didn't try and stuff the movie with dumb MCU comedy. Like there are jokes, but when they're there,
Quite organic.
They're organic and they land. And they're also just infrequent. Like if there's a moment that's emotional, no one just suddenly cracks some stupid joke.
Yeah.
They actually let it rest. And there are several moments, especially between Reed and Sue, where they have like these emotional arguments. And I actually found that hitting me because I was like, oh, they're actually real fucking people having a conversation. They're not just being like, oh, we can't have an long emotional talking scene in a Marvel movie,
Yeah.
you know? Because even though I do think a lot of the movie was really rushed,
Yep.
what they did focus on and still have a lot of time was the family dynamic. And I think that was probably just their goal. Their main goal with this movie was probably just so people really liked the Fantastic Four. So
And
that
then
now
they
that
could do the
they're-
rest more in detail.
Yeah. Now that they're going to continue on in the MCU and the next Avengers movie and so forth, that we'll actually like those characters.
Because that was another thing with like The Thing, is they sort of briefly set up like the whole ostracized thing,
Yeah.
you know. But the problem is he's also like immediately just loved, you know what I mean? Whereas from memory, isn't he supposed to be like, you know, people are supposed to be like, damn,
Well, I
right?
don't really know.
Yeah, he's like a creature. Like
Yeah,
yeah. He's the thing.
Yeah.
He's some sort of
Whereas,
complete
like-
other.
The girl is immediately, like the woman, sorry, is immediately like, you know,
Enamored.
or at least, you know, not like a bit taken back by it. But it's because everyone, they've already set up in the universe that everyone loves all of them, which is...
I'm assuming, though, that they're probably going to, if they do another Fantastic Four movie, they'd probably have that as a plot, like his ostracized from society type of thing. Because they can't do all the character development in one movie. Considering they already wanted it to be relatively short, they got a lot of goals and things to set up. And, yeah, they probably need just some stuff left for future movies.
Well, you've seen Thunderbolts, right?
Yeah.
You haven't?
What is
The
it?
one with David Harbour, Thunderbolts, Marvel?
No.
No. So I think I was talking to you, or I read. So it's going to be Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four and Avengers Doomsday, right?
Yeah.
Who, spoiler, features in a cameo, very brief cameo in the end of Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom.
Doctor Doom.
Yeah. And then there's an additional end of film sequence, which is an animated cartoon.
We didn't watch that.
Oh, it's very cool.
Yeah, we didn't see that.
Because I think you guys told me to stay later.
Oh.
And so Jade and I saw it. And it's just like the cartoon they show at the start of the Fantastic Four film, they have more of it at the end.
Right.
Which is very nice.
I think we searched it up. That's why we left.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But the recent Pedro Pascal sort of anti-Pedro sort of vibe that's been happening because of his touchy-feely anxiety, you said has sort of put him as the back burner for the lead for that Avengers Doomsday film.
Yes. Well, they basically said, and I don't know if this was official, but there was just a lot of reports on it that he was going to be like the new leader of the Avengers, or the new lead character
Iron Man
of the
kind of, yeah.
of that Avengers film. I don't know if they're setting him up to be the next Tony Stark, but they were saying that he would be leading the film, and now they've said that no, he's definitely going to be more of a supporting character.
So then, do you think it's going to be someone from the Thunderbolts because we haven't seen it, or is it going to be David Harbour or a
Definitely not
woman?
David Harbour isn't the leader of the Thunderbolts.
I will see it again. I have no clue.
So the main leader of the Thunderbolts is Florence Pugh, and
Black Widow's sister.
yeah,
What's her name?
Yelena.
Elena.
And then Bucky Barnes is in the Thunderbolts as well.
Okay.
So the two of them kind of co-lead the Thunderbolts. I don't imagine any of them would be involved in that because at the end of Thunderbolts, basically, you know that Sam Wilson, who is supposed to be the head of the Avengers, he's Captain America obviously now.
Yeah.
He said that he wouldn't accept any of the Thunderbolts into the team, which him and Bucky are now like not on good terms because of that.
Right.
So yeah, I don't imagine so. I think the whole point is that like it's a bunch of different groups who are kind of forced to come together to stop Doctor Doom rather than being one team.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they tease at the end of Thunderbolts. You see that the Fantastic Four ship is coming to Earth. They see that, which doesn't happen in Fantastic Four. So I assume that the next Avengers will start with the Fantastic Four probably being attacked by Doctor Doom because we saw him at the end of the film. They'll come to the Thunderbolt world, which is the normal world, not their futuristic 60s world, and probably meet up with the Thunderbolts and it'll go from there.
Cool.
Yeah. I've also seen the new Captain America movie, which was horrible.
Brave New World.
Yeah, it was shit. But basically nothing happens at the end of that. Just Sam Wilson's Captain America.
Is that the name of the Aldous Huxley book?
Yeah.
Captain America is just, he's still Captain America and he's got his own Falcon now. Like, that's it. It was so mediocre. And that's something I was going to say. Like, I just don't really enjoy superheroes movies much anymore. I have complete fatigue with them. They are all very formulaic. And yeah, I really just don't care. I am really looking forward to Doomsday. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
Because they have to somehow bring all of these weird plot threads from 5 years worth of movies which don't seem to connect into something.
And again, for me, a character that I loved as a child. I remember playing one of the video games on the
Dr.
Wii.
Doom.
Dr. Doom. Yeah, that would have been the video game.
I also really liked
I used to
Dr.
play that so much.
Yeah.
And then I didn't watch the original Fantastic Four until a couple of years ago.
Oh, really?
I'd seen clips.
Yeah, right.
So to get that character finally, cool, great,
Yeah.
excited.
And I think they'll do it well. It's the Russos, and they did Thanos very well. Like, I have no doubt that Doctor Doom will be written properly.
But in terms of the sort of superhero fatigue, I think I experience it less so with the Fantastic Four
Right.
and Superman, because I think compared to the last, compared to the post-Endgame superhero films, excluding maybe No Way Home and the Suicide Squad and the Batman,
Yeah.
they're the best executed.
Yeah.
I think they're better than Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Marginally.
I don't know.
Marginally. But they're not as formulaic. They're not as unoriginal.
Well, I will say, when I say the superhero fatigue, for the most part, superhero cinema is Marvel movies.
Yeah.
And I am super fatigued with Marvel movies. I still see them because, like, my family still enjoys them. And
That's why you're fatigued.
and
We're
the
not
things-
fatigued because we don't watch them.
Well,
But
I don't watch them because I don't care about them.
There you go.
Which you used to. Everyone used to
Past the fatigue.
Everyone used to
But in
religiously watch
fairness,
them.
when I used to care about them, I was also younger, so that's also relevant.
Yeah, and like, don't get me wrong. Like, I think this is going to sound super wankery, but we've grown up, we're more mature, and I think considering we're big film fans and watch a bunch of different movies and have seen all different stuff, I think we probably require a bit more substantive from our movies at this point. So, like Eddington, I think we'll always enjoy more than Superman because you're going to there's more stuff there to actually think about. Like, even though Fantastic Four, like, I think it's a good movie, but it is like just eating vanilla ice cream.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I'll enjoy it, but it's just, there's nothing there for me to actually go beyond. Like, as soon as the movie's over, I was like, I've already mostly forgotten that movie.
Yeah.
You know? As you say with DC, like, DC superhero movies are very much more, I think, director's vision. And I think that they're very, like, expressive and fun, and I think that's more interesting. Like, The Batman is obviously one of my all-time favorite movies at this point. I've seen it like freaking 10 times. But that, to be fair, also, that's a movie that takes itself super seriously, which I like. And but even like Suicide Squad, which was ridiculous.
Such a good film.
So good.
I
But that's
love it.
because it was done in a really unique way and didn't seem like it was trying to spawn a franchise. It was just a movie to watch.
Just trying to,
Which I think is actually one of the advantages of this Fantastic Four movie is if you've never seen a Marvel movie, you could actually watch it. Because it's got
its own
nothing.
universe.
It's got absolutely nothing to do with anything else. They don't reference any other Marvel character. It's totally isolated.
Yeah.
But I mean, people in general seem
There's no Doctor Strange appearing out of nowhere.
But all of the I mean, the box office on all of these movies has not been good.
It's because they also just come straight to streaming now. A lot of them.
True, it is harder.
Disney Plus.
Yeah. But yeah,
Which is a great service. I like Disney Plus.
do we want to mention Superman now quickly, or just shouldn't?
I'll have one more thing to say about Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
You know, like when Sue like dies,
yeah,
and then like she gets brought back. I hated that. I hated her like the whole like she's dead and then she gets brought back to life. That is
How did they do it?
so cliche. Well, it's like the baby or something.
Yeah, the baby's warmth.
they realized that because Franklin has powers.
Yeah.
That's right.
Straight frickin' bullshit, man. Cliche. Like, oh, what?
Yeah,
I hated. And in fact, that was my big problem with the movie. Is that like
a lot of it was very cliche.
the cliche.
Yeah.
The cliche of it all. Also, another thing that was pretty cringe was like when Reed has like his the Archimedes lever thing. Just, like, that was so badly done.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing
Trying to,
wrong with like
do
the moment of genius, but the way that it was like, oh, Archimedes lever, yes. Like, nobody speaks like that, bro.
No.
Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll mention Superman quickly.
We're gonna give our rating first for
No,
this.
we'll do both ratings at the end because it's kind of a combined thing.
Sure.
Seems convoluted.
Does it? Like,
Oh, okay. We can do ratings now if that's easier.
okay. I don't give a
Doesn't really
fuck.
matter either way. You go first. Or...
7. I still really enjoyed it. A lot more than most superhero films lately.
Yeah, I think I'll. I don't know. Honestly, over time, I've sort of thought less about it. I mean, like, well, I've literally thought less about it, but also, like, thought it's not as good as movie as I did when I, like, left the theater. I think the reason, when I left the theater, I really enjoyed the world, you know what I mean? And I think I said that too, like, we should spend more time in the world. I said that on the podcast too. But the movie itself really isn't that interesting, so maybe I'll go to a 6.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
There we go.
I just think that it's true. Like, I've basically forgotten all of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't. Like, I was entertained by watching it, but if I finish the movie, I stand up and I go, oh.
See, I feel like I remember all of it, and it probably takes up 3 dot points in my brain. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Your brain works in dot points.
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, you know, anyway. It's fine.
We'll do Superman. James Gunn directed Superman. David Corrins went Superman. Boom, go.
It's amazingly campy. Return to campy Superman, great. I really enjoyed the fact that it's sort of like a nice, soft introduction to political thinking for people. Like, that's sort of the comic book is, you know, like for people who've never thought about like the fact that, you know, Superman is a political figure and like, you know, deals with like states and stuff. Thought that was good. What's the guy's name again? David. What's his last name?
Corrin Sweat.
Great Superman. Amazing. Plays the comic booky Superman amazingly well.
Yeah. See.
Lots of characters that I feel are not done enough justice in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, so I was just going to say, what's funny is that when I first walked out of Superman, I was kind of like, yeah, I enjoyed that. And when I came out of Fantastic Four, I definitely was like, it's better. I would say, as it's marinated, I think I like Superman more.
I
think Superman, for
I'm
one thing,
very even. on
think
both
I'm
of
even
them.
now.
I think Superman.
I was the same as you. Fantastic Four was better, so much better in my brain. Like,
Yeah.
at least in more enjoyable.
But Superman has really marinated well for me, mainly because I just think it's so. First of all, although I don't want this to happen, because I just don't see how it could possibly work, but they've absolutely nailed Batman so perfectly with Robert Pattinson, and I think they nailed Superman. Like
Character-wise, yeah.
Character-wise.
Yeah,
So disregard
like-
the film as a film.
Yeah, the characters
The
are
way
great.
they've written the characters and the actors portraying them and the tonality of both is so bang on perfect that them together would be such a perfect like Batman Superman duo.
It would be like the DC comic anime or the Justice League.
Yeah.
It would be
Justice Unlimited. Is that
It'd be so perfectly Justice League.
Yeah,
in the TV show sense.
And I'm not saying that they should collaborate because I just don't know how that would.
Well, yeah, the
possibly
world,
work
and even
or
just the
anything.
world's
Yeah.
very different.
It's so
But, yeah.
different, but I just mean like seeing the two of them together sharing a screen. They are the most accurate Superman and Batman, and the films are actually very similar. I'm actually convinced that James Gunn really analyzed the Batman because it was so well received by fans and the way that he wrote it. Because there are so many moments that are so similar to both, but kind of inverted.
Examples?
Give me a sec. Say something. It'll come to me.
Okay. Well, on another note, I was thinking about just sort of another sort of cliche thing with this movie. I found the ending very cliche, like the third act, the whole like save the world against world-ending threat.
Yeah,
And it was just such a basic like.
Of course,
Yeah, multi-dimensional.
Well, it's just such an easy thing to, create some sort of
Yeah, but also, what the fuck was Superman supposed to do about the world splitting in half?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, what's his name? Mr. Terrific's like, Superman, we need you here. It's like, the hell is Superman gonna do?
Yeah. And I actually really can't stand those sort of natural disaster plots in superhero movies. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, how are they ever going to fix that?
Yeah.
Like that crater in Metropolis, how the fuck are they going to fix that?
The fuck?
What the hell? That would have created like a earth-shattering fucking earthquake.
Also, another, for me, this is actually like, it's not really a massive problem, but I regard this as a hilariously silly flaw in the movie. If Superman's character is supposed to, like, care about all life, he's supposed to not want to kill, blah, blah, blah. There's that shot with him saving the squirrel during like the battle against the big dude.
the gooey guy.
He kills his clone. His clone is a experiencing living being, and he just kills the clone. But that to me is like either it's like ableist because the clone is supposed to be like disabled like mentally, or it's just like or it's clonist. Either way, it doesn't make sense that Superman would kill him. It just was obviously I get that they had to because like they needed a way to get rid of him, but it's to me like they fucked up. They fucked that up.
I also, for me, that whole last ending, like the movie is like made for people with ADHD.
Yeah.
It was so much crap.
Yeah.
And it was like
Color, yeah.
just him flying in the air, laser beam, a million dudes in the sky. It was so much shit, and there's so much like crazy, jarring, sweeping camera shots of just Superman flying and then crashing here, and this is
Getting bashed. Yeah.
And there were some great like little fight scenes, like Mr. Terrific. He put a shield around Lois Lane, and they play that fun song while he's doing shit. But again, that was totally nuts. Like it was one shot following him doing shit while there's just crap flying everywhere.
There's the little drone things, right?
Yeah. Funnily enough,
drones.
again, like my favorite scene in the whole movie was at the start with Lois and Clark Kent having that interview.
Yeah.
Which was like 10 minutes. And
Yeah,
I
that was
like,
great.
That was so well
Really
written.
good.
Really.
Was it 10 minutes?
Yeah, it was 10 minutes. So well written, good chemistry between both, nailed both characters. Like I thought Rachel Brosnahan was terrific.
It reminded me of the Superman movies from the 70s.
Yeah.
Like when they're up on the top of the building?
Yeah.
Yeah. I only watched that right before this, actually.
Yeah. Oh, those, I have good childhood memories of those movies.
Yeah, but anytime he wasn't Superman or Superman was not fighting was when I was enjoying the movie the most. When the action started, which I'm sure for 95% of the audience is when they like wake up, was when I like turned my brain off. I was like, I don't care about anything that's fucking happening here.
What do we think of... Are you going to say something?
Yeah, I was going to talk about Lex Luthor.
That's literally what I was about to say.
Excellent.
I was literally about to say, what do we think of Lex Luthor?
I always had this idea of Lex Luthor in my head as a very powerful, not just in the sense of monetarily or technology-wise, but also in terms of a presence.
Yeah.
And I feel, in my mind, his character that I thought of is nothing like what's portrayed in this film. And I think is sort of portrayed as a whiny, sort of respectless person that is
I think...
undermined by his staff and is hated and is acts like a child.
I think the thing is, his character is both of those things.
Okay,
And usually people play up on the latter, the former rather than the latter.
Yeah.
Whereas
Jesse Eisenberg did the latter.
Yeah.
He was this like wheezy little child, pathetic freak.
Yeah.
But then like Gene Hackman was...
Gene Hackman's is the very
business.
powerful brooding.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think his character you can basically like play up either. Or you can do both.
And I think he does a bit
This
of
is more
both.
campy, so that's why I think they went for that.
Exactly. But I think it just doesn't work great.
You didn't like him?
No, not much.
I think it works in the movie. I
also
he wasn't
don't like Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. He looks too young in my mind.
He's also not like...
He doesn't look bald either. He looks wrong being bald. Lex Luthor.
Yeah, he doesn't look like a bald person.
Dude, to me,
I would agree with that. I did feel he was a little bit too young.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't have there's something about
he didn't have a
Lex's
presence.
Yeah, the presence he has comes from like this fact that he's so smart, and I feel like the way that he's so smart, it feels as through having a lot of time in his life to have fucking thought about
Yeah.
shit, you know?
Well, and also Lex Luthor's portrayal is of this sort of sharp, obtrusive
he's very sharp,
head as well. And Nicholas Holt-Ball is this round little puppy looking.
Which is also maybe why they,
Why they didn't do the intense.
it depends when they decided to hire him.
I wasn't a fan of Lex Luthor. I've never been a fan of Lex Luthor in general, but
No, I like him in the animated series.
I liked him in the Lego games, to be fair. But yeah, I don't like the portrayal in this sense.
What I did enjoy about it is, even though I wasn't big on the action, it did really feel like a living, breathing DC world where heroes are just showing up out of nowhere, and it did feel very comic booky.
What groups Mr. Terrific in?
The Justice Gang.
The Justice Gang, that's right.
Not officially.
So you got fucking Dina from The Last of Us was Hawk Girl.
Yeah.
And you've got Nathan Fillion playing the Guy Gardner, the Green Lantern, who I really enjoyed. I thought he was quite funny. You've also got Metamorpho, that dude who does the elements and shit.
Yeah.
And Mr. Terrific, who was the best character in the movie. Mr. Terrific was so goddamn funny. That actor, I forget his name, but did a really good job. And I didn't know the Mr. Terrific character at all. That was my first time ever hearing of him or seeing him. And I really...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know anything about him.
He's in the animated series at some
I never
point.
watched it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's a good show. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, Superman, I don't really have much to say on it because it was kind of like, just want to do it quickly. But yeah, I thought it was solid. Again, like it didn't knock my socks back or anything. I would, but will rewatch it at some point. I don't think I'll need to rewatch Fantastic Four, but we'll see.
I can't imagine I'll ever rewatch either of them.
Yeah.
Maybe like 50 years down the line.
Yeah. When you're dying of dementia.
Yeah. Which movie would you prefer to watch if you're dying of dementia?
Superman.
Yeah, I think Superman would be more enjoyable because like even if you forgot like what happened 2 seconds ago,
that's the only silver lining of dementia is you'll forget all the great movies you've seen, so you have to watch them again.
Yeah, but always when you're watching them, you'll forget what you're watching. And you'll be like,
"Yeah, what's this? Get it off my TV screen."
Satan Tango.
Start hitting some poor nurse getting paid minimum wage to look after you.
Forever.
get out of my house.
Forever you're in Satan Tango.
Get the cops.
What the fuck's going on?
Get the cops called on you because you're brandishing a knife and then get shot.
I forgot that we did
and have a
Satan
heart
Tango.
attack.
Yeah, with Marlon and I were talking about today.
This morning.
Yeah, this morning.
Last night.
How long ago did we watch Satan Tango?
Was it this year? I don't remember.
Must be
That was such a journey.
Should we give
7 hours 40 that was. That's fucking insane.
What time did we finish? Sorry.
We finished at I think we finished
11?
like 7 o'clock at night.
Oh, there you go.
Because we started early in the morning. We got to Marlon's house like 8 in the morning. We got early.
Yeah.
We watched it.
It's like watching a whole TV.
We watched it 8
like,
months ago, December 4, 2024.
Jesus.
So yeah, summer holidays.
Nice.
Good
job,
Should we give
Marlon.
Superman ratings?
Yes, I'm going to give it a 7.
I'm also going to give it a 7, same as
No.
Fantastic Four.
Yeah, I think you were going to say same as me. No. Sorry. I'm going to give it a 6.
There you go.
Very nice. Okay, so Marlon had pick.
I had a great pick, might I add.
And I'll add that I apologise. I literally watched this 2 months ago. So I'm going to remember minimal. So these guys are going to come
I'm 3 weeks, Isaac 2 days.
You're going to have to seriously carry this.
1 day. Half a day.
Yeah.
1
Because
day.
I don't remember anything about it.
Paper Moon, 1973, directed by Peter Bogdanovich, and it stars father and son in real life
Father
and
and
maybe... Sorry, father and daughter.
Bro, Addie would be so mad at you.
Yeah. Sorry, not even thinking. Father and daughter in real life and maybe in story. Ryan O'Neal, Tatum O'Neal, played by Moses Prey. Oh, no. Named Moses Prey and Addie Prey.
Yeah.
And essentially the film begins with Moses Prey, this man attending a funeral.
Yep.
Of some former friend, partner, we're not too sure. And there's this little girl that the church puts on him and says, would you mind taking this little
They're
girl
going the same way.
Yeah, across the country because you're going the same way and deliver her to her auntie. And at first he's sort of, I can't really do that, and decides to put her in a train. And then that doesn't work out, so they go on this sort of journey across. I'm not sure what part of...
It's also because she says you owe me $200.
Because he was using her to hustle.
Which is an important thing.
He steals
the movie.
Yeah.
I think that's an important thing to say. Like, he's a hustler.
Yes.
Yeah, he is. He's a swindler. He's
and he very soon realizes that her presence will help him.
Yeah,
in his.
Not only can he leverage her to swindle better, because
She's also good at
it.
Yeah,
and she likes doing it.
Yeah. And it's
so-
a beautiful story.
Yeah.
And it flies by.
Yeah.
And some black and white, might we add. 1973. Interesting choice because it's a period piece
Well, yeah.
of the Great Depression.
Yeah. If it was in color, imagine like you'd be
I think
like,
it would look worse.
no, but if it was in color, like imagine how happy this movie looked.
Yeah.
Which is obviously not the point. It's the Great Depression.
Yeah.
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 So what did we think?
Such a great movie, bro.
Yeah.
The way it's structured, everything about it, the shots, the framing, like it's just literally so amazing, bro.
The writing is so great.
The writing and
and
that's
their chemistry, obviously they're father and daughter,
Yeah.
but the chemistry between them is so
yeah.
great.
and she's such a great actor.
Yeah. And so
Did
is
she do
he.
anything? Well, yeah, he's great, obviously. I mean, obviously.
The next year he did fucking Barry Lyndon. The man is the
That's
goat.
right.
He's
So
the goat. Ryan O'Neal.
But yeah, it's on your point about the writing. It's based on a book,
Oh really?
and the book.
Bowie immediately ordered that on Amazon.
I genuinely, I was close, but the reason I didn't, I can't remember why I didn't. There was a reason.
Too expensive.
No, I think I just kept reading that the movie was better than the book, and it put me off.
Oh.
But apparently the book is still pretty good.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah, there's that. But yeah, I watched a video essay just on like the cinematography, and it's so clever. Like you'll have like, what is it? The focal length is like deep. Mm-hmm. So like you can like see in the background like kids playing during like scenes of like
Yeah.
And then it shifts.
yeah,
Just
and
focus.
Yeah.
yeah, and also there's another thing that they do which I didn't realize while watching this, but the way that the film's structured is that like at each like start of each act, it like starts on a close up of something. So like the first one is the face I think of Addie right at the start of the movie,
During the funeral.
and then there's the next one is like him tapping his hand, and it's just it immediately like sets up like the next like whatever like act, which is it's just such a good way of doing it. But even like the way the scenes are structured, it's a very like it's worth watching the video. It's like probably the first one you come up because I'm obviously not giving it justice, but yeah, like it's just a very well constructed movie. It's very like the way that's like shots is set up and things are selected. It's very well thought about. It's not just like I feel like some movies are like, oh, that would probably just look nice, but they make sense.
Even the title is so good.
Yeah.
Paper Moon. Because I was so expecting some sort of cliche that he would either come and sit with her and they'd have that picture together and she'd be like down the track looking at that picture. Or, at the end of the film, they'd reunite and go take a picture with the moon.
Yeah.
But it actually speaks so much more to the overall trajectory of the film, which is that she just takes the picture on her own. And they're like, oh, do you want your father to be in the picture? And he doesn't do it.
Yeah.
Type thing. I think if my memory serves me right.
He's
Yeah.
brooding hookers.
Something like
He's
that.
going into
Something like
the-
that. But doesn't she give him the picture at the end?
At the end,
Yeah.
to remember her, and then she obviously comes back.
Yeah.
And the reason that I wanted to really point out the $200 thing earlier is
Yeah.
because at the end of the movie, her justification after he says like, "Oh, can't you see like I don't want you around?" Obviously he does, but
He's playing that.
and she's like, "Well, you still owe me $200." It's so good, man.
Yeah.
It's just so well done.
It's called bookending.
Yeah, yeah.
It's called a callback.
Yeah.
As they say in
Oh,
comedy.
It's just such a great movie, and just like the road on the road structure works so well.
Well, I think the same video essay you're talking about, maybe a different one even, but it's a on the road film that focuses so little on that. Most on the road films, that's the central point, but this is just such a beautiful character study is probably not the right word.
Character piece.
Character piece, exactly. And period piece and drama and comedy. It does everything it tries to
And
do
it's
so
such
well.
it's a truly earnest movie.
Yeah, that's
I really like.
that's
It fills you with just so much good
Yeah.
vibes.
Well,
The movie finishes, you're like,
It's
you're just grinning, bro.
It's the
you
exact
can't help but you just feel so warm.
Yeah, it's like the exact substream of American like culture that there's like this line that runs through American culture, and like if you trace it, like it fits within that, because obviously there's the other stuff on top, like the great heroes of history and the power and stuff. But I think you can trace that kind of, and that America, I think, is the much more interesting America to me, you know.
In some ways, and I don't think it's anywhere the film I'm about to liken it to, but I think in some ways it's very similar to the Straight Story. It just has this.
In some ways, I could see that.
It has this heart that is.
I was going to say that it actually reminded me a lot more of, and this is going to sound super weird, but vibe-wise, it reminded me a lot of Roman Holiday.
Haven't seen.
Now, Roman Holiday is a romance between this woman and this man.
Yeah.
But, or it's a love story rather. And I would say that Paper Moon in its way is a love story between a father and his daughter. And
Are they father and daughter?
well, no, but clearly, even if you don't think they are,
Adopted it. Well,
you still view them
Yeah.
that way. Regardless of what the film tells you, you view that's her father, that's his daughter.
They're the same draw.
Their emotions and their interactions suggest as much, you know. And Roman Holiday, the reason I just liken it to it is that's a love story as well. It was very unconventional. We'll just say that. Like, it avoided cliches, I think. I'm keeping it vague just in case, because Marlon will watch it.
Yeah, I will.
But that's another one where, in a sense, it was kind of like a road trip movie, but in the sense they didn't leave Rome.
Yeah,
but they're just traveling around Rome
it's
all
a
the
trip
time.
movie.
It's a trip movie.
Yeah.
But in the same way, it was a character piece. It had nothing. All the stuff happening on the road or the trip was kind of irrelevant to the painting that it was creating.
Yeah.
All of that is just more about how it influenced their relationship, and what you actually care about is just watching their relationship flourish or continue.
Yeah.
Unlike being interested in what's going on outside of that, which is the same I felt about Paper Moon. And it just fills you with the same sort of good vibes. When you finish Roman Holiday, even though it doesn't end in a way, again, I'm keeping it vague, that is one would expect in a cliche kind of way.
Yeah.
It still made, like, it ends and you go, that was such a great story. And I would say Paper Moon is the same.
It is just such a great story. I mean, it's just... I don't even know if I have much more to say about it other than the fact that I just found it so entertaining and captivating.
But it's interesting because when you say it's a great story, it's not great because I don't think it's a great story in the sense that, like, Lawrence of Arabia is a great story.
Well, it's
where
not
that is such a sweet...
epic.
Exactly. But both are great stories. This is a great story because it's such a human story.
Yeah.
It's so touching. You know, unlike... Lawrence of Arabia is a human story, but, you know,
But it's on an epic scale.
It's an epic scale.
Yeah.
And it's, you know,
This is a very micro scale.
It's also done in a very sort of I guess a toned back sense because it's in the Great Depression. It's a lot of the settings are very hollow, not in the sense of the feeling, but just emptiness. It's all, you know, poor. It's disheveled. It's broken down. There's people come on hard times. There's corruptness and all this stuff, and yet there's an incredible warmth and charm that Ryan and Tatum, or Addie and Moses, carry throughout.
And it also helps that because of how difficult that environment is, you totally forgive their actions.
Well, yeah,
because they're scamming piece of shit people.
Yeah,
like, you know.
and even Addie's sort of her whole deal of like when there's like the poor family of like 1 million kids, you know, she gives it to her for free.
Yep.
Whereas when it's the rich lady, she says, "Give me $24," because she can afford to. And I think that is a great way of sort of setting up their character, or Addie specifically, as, you know, not just like some shithole kid, but as actually a real person.
Well, there's also, I think there's a review on Letterboxd which says that $30 or something they charged that rich woman is the equivalent of like $400 or $700 today.
For real.
Yeah. Which is hilarious.
Or this $700 Bible.
That's so insane.
And then we haven't even
premium text.
we haven't even mentioned yet. There's this whole subplot where about halfway through, 2/3 of the way through, it looks like Moses might slowly start to ditch Addie early because of Trixie, a
Whore.
a prostitute.
I don't think she is.
She's a dancer.
She's a dancer.
She's
yeah.
a dancer, but she's a
She's a dancer
yeah,
as
a dancer.
as her servant.
Does Addie or did anyone call her a whore in the movie?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. And she does become a whore
Yeah.
thanks to Addie.
Yeah, she sets her up.
That's right.
But
That's right. So it's all going back
her
to
servant girl. I can't remember her name.
Let me get it up.
yes, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, she says.
Yeah.
She says in some sarcastic tone, "Well, she's a dancer. All she does is swing her hips, you know."
It would be
Yeah.
Miss Ollie.
Yeah.
Miss
What's it?
Ollie.
Miss Ollie.
Miss Ollie.
Yeah, that's why I didn't remember it. But yeah. Oh, and actually, that's a really
No,
interesting.
it's not Miss Ollie.
I was gonna say because
Isn't Miss Ollie? Oh no, that's Trixie.
Imogene.
yeah, Imogene. Oh,
Imogene.
that also explains it.
Yeah, Imogene.
But her and Addie's relationship is a really interesting one too.
Well, they're both working together
Yeah.
to sort of
yeah. Well, because
get back what they want, which is, I got told I was going to get paid. I've never been paid. I just want my life back or
Yeah.
any sort of freedom. And then this man I've forged a relationship with over the last so long, who's just in the midst of ditching me again.
Yeah.
I want this back. So they team up in a very sort of not stereotypical, but stereotype leading child team up sort of way, which is done hilariously. It reminds me, of the sort of 30 years later, 20 years later, Richie Rich Parent Trap style cliches, and it looks like one of the first of that kind, and executed way better as well. But
how good is the hotel lobbied guy that
Yeah.
goes up? He's just so stereotypically like sleazy, He has the pencil
Oily
mustache,
nose, yeah.
the big smile.
slick back hair.
Yeah, it's just great. There's so much to like about this movie, and then the whole bootlegging plot.
Mm-hmm.
That
Towards
was
the
amazing.
end.
The whole when the cops when you think you had it made, you just ain't.
Yeah, that's right. And they got the car chase over.
Yeah.
Doesn't he get into a fight?
That's
he
that's
gets
the end.
bashed.
At the end, he
He wants to get a car.
the end of the movie because this is the thing is it subverts it because it has you go you just when you think you had it made you don't, and then you think he does have it made, he got away, and then the end of the movie he sets up that meeting with the rich guy outside the building. He obviously never makes it because they find him and beat him and et cetera, and then you realize he didn't have it made, and then. But
I think my favorite scene was that.
That's when he offers to fight someone for a car. That's what he does. He fights.
the
sons.
wrestling.
Yeah,
yeah.
And then he like fully knocks him out.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, walk down there and what's your ankle in?
And the dude said to Addie, he goes, your dad's one hell of a fighter, or make some comment like that. And there was just this shot of Ron O'Neill walking, and he just smiled a little.
He gives her like a little wink sort of thing.
And
that's
I was just like,
he gets her.
that was so good.
No, they say, yeah. I think they say it's one hell of a car. I think they get really happy about the car.
Yeah.
But yeah, he looks down at Addie because Addie's like, what the hell? How'd you do that? And
he's
he's
like a
like,
fucking ninja.
yeah, easy.
He's just-
But
Also, I found it funny because I'm pretty sure they said that they were doing a catch wrestling match, which is like kind of similar to like jiu-jitsu now, where you have submissions, but it's just wrestling style. And then when they were like throwing kicks and shit, I was like, what's happening?
that's like a lot of just street fights. You say one thing,
we're
it
doing
evolves
this.
into something else, and you
Shoes
no
on,
rules.
shoes
Let's
off.
wrestle immediately.
Yeah, there was no
Flying
wrestling.
knee.
They got into a wrestling stance,
Yeah.
And then
Flying knees.
they were like jumping and kicking. But back to the thing of just when you think you got it made, you don't.
Yeah.
The whole thing. It's probably just the most sort of simple way to put, I imagine, the Great Depression.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Which is something, thankfully, we should be fine with avoiding for a long time.
Yeah, we got our own problems, bro.
Yeah, like
No, at least we're not in the Great
the
Depression.
great alcohol inflation.
Yeah, that is.
Well, to be fair, in the Great Depression, man, yeah.
Yeah, well, it was
Prohibition.
banned, yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
We don't have that yet, but Australia likes putting some big fat taxes on beer.
Well, you can. So
Yeah.
why not?
It's like Norway, mate. Fucking
Why not, mate?
expensive alcohol.
no spirits for you, Marlon.
No spirits for me. That was bullshit.
That was fucking.
That was
funny,
so
bro.
bullshit.
As soon as we get off this, we'll relive Isaac's meal story in Norway.
No.
My favorite story of all time.
But
It is a good story.
I don't think I've got much left to say about Paper Moon.
I just want to watch it again.
I wish
I wanted
I'd-
to watch it immediately after I watched it. It's one of those kind of movies.
I wish I'd seen it again sooner,
Yeah.
like closer to the podcast. But right after I watched it with Jade, my girlfriend, and she loved it too. She had a great time. Thought it was I think one of the words she used was endearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good word.
Which is a great word for the film.
Yeah.
And anyway, she liked it. And I texted Isaac, I said, you need to pull your finger out of your ass and watch this film because it is incredible.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad I didn't listen until yesterday.
yeah,
So I could.
it's fresh. You could talk about
Yeah.
it. But I think that's one of the right words for it as well. It's incredible. It is rightfully so one of, to use Letterboxd as the example, one of the highest rated films.
Yeah.
ever.
I also think it'd just be such a fun movie to sit there and think about. Like,
I think it would be. I'm really hoping at some point.
Criterion.
No, it's already on
That'd already
Criterion.
be done, yeah,
it's already
of
on
course.
Criterion. That's
Cinema.
how. That's how
Cinema.
I watched.
Is
That's
that
how I
what you
watched
were
it.
saying?
Yeah, I was going to say New Farm. Put it on.
Oh, fuck yeah.
that'd be
Or
so
just
terrific.
somewhere.
we should next time we go there, we should tell them.
That'd
Yeah.
be so. But no, it's already on the Criterion channel.
Yeah.
Because that's how it's in the collection. You can buy the Blu-ray.
Yeah,
but,
that's right.
and
I
they
watched
and they
the-
actually just re-released it because it's now out in 4K.
I watched the high movies Criterion.
Yeah, I saw
Like,
it. I saw the version on Criterion channel
Yeah.
in 4K.
Well, yeah, I remember I clicked
High
on
quality,
it
at
and-
least on high movies.
and I remember, the Criterion C
Yeah.
just coming on. I was like, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
of course. I remember that now.
That might
But,
be a Blu-ray to add to your collection, Marlon. Pay for Moon
I
Criterion.
might have to.
As long as they make it in England, then you can get it.
True, yeah.
'Cause you
Is that B?
B.
B,
Yeah, region
yeah.
B. Just because, you don't have you don't have a region free player.
No, well, I have it.
Unlike me.
I was telling Nick, I finally got
Pimp
my
hustle
TV.
me.
I finally got my TV remote, my new remote working.
Oh yeah.
Because I bought like a $12 Kmart International remote. And I said to him, well, I've got two buttons working, up and down volume and on and off, which is all you need.
That's really like
Because he uses PlayStation, so you can
I was
use
gonna say,
his
is your PlayStation's fixed? Didn't you have a problem with your PlayStation?
No, it was just the TV wasn't
Oh, just
turning
the
on
TV.
because the
Ah.
remote died, not the batteries, the actual
Yeah,
remote.
yeah, okay.
And then the new international one I'd got was shit itself.
Classic.
So movie night at Marlon's
Yeah.
soon. I still don't have a couch. I've got 3 chairs.
I'm so convinced that we'd be able to find like a dirt
But I
cheap
want a
couch,
nice
like in a
couch.
second-hand couch.
I want
or
a
something.
nice... But then every time I find a nice one on Marketplace, there's no car to get the couch. You know? You need a
How
ute.
big a car would you need?
A ute.
Ute. Well,
You need a tray.
Oh, so ask Oscar.
They're always working.
My brother has a ute.
When he's working, I'm not. And when I'm working, he's not,
This is very good film analysis right here, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Anyway,
Sorry.
Let's do ratings. I'm happy to start. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, me too. 10.
9.
9.
Yeah. It was a 9.
Excellent.
Cool. All right. Well, should we move on to my
Isaac's pick. If it's not absolutely amazing, I'll be enraged. I'll be enraged.
Hang on.
He's changing.
No, I'm not. I'm just getting it up because I haven't got it up.
Battleship Potemkin.
All right.
I would love that. That'd be a good choice.
I'm going. Wait, let me just double check that no one's watched this. Okay, yeah. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Oh,
Great
awesome.
choice.
No one's watched it.
That's been on my
Great
watch list.
What is
choice.
wrong with us?
That's been on my watch list since 2020.
What is wrong with
Dude,
us?
it's been on
man?
my watch. It's been on my watch list since I got Chris Stuckman's Film Buff's bucket list book in the 9th grade,
There you go.
and I tried to work through it, and I got through all of 47 of the movies, and the one of the 3 that I didn't watch was that.
Wow.
Gosh, Tiger.
That's been on my watch list.
I have I have it on Blu-ray.
Oh, my place.
And it's still in the plastic. I've never even opened it.
excellent.
Oh, this is the same guy did fucking what the hell? He did Breakback Mountain, Life
Yeah.
of Pi. Oh, he did Gemini Man actually, so he loses all credibility. Do you remember that movie?
No, I never
The
saw
Will
it.
Smith thing.
No, I never saw it.
Absolutely one of the worst movies of all time.
But he did make Brokeback Mountain, which is fucking,
He made Hulk.
which is great.
What the hell?
Anyway,
Very
okay,
hit and
Crash
miss.
Tiger and Dragon.
Awesome.
Very nice.
Great. And in terms of new films, no clue.
No clue. I didn't look.
Surprise.
You'll see something. We'll talk about something.
What is coming out?
No clue.
That's what we just said.
Oh, I think just like we hadn't decided.
No. Yeah, I hadn't checked. But what we will endeavour to do is get this episode out before October so that we can do a Halloween-related episode.
One battle after another.
Oh, yeah.
So that'll be on it.
Yeah, that'll
One
be
battle after another. Paul Thomas
That's
Anderson's
end of
new
September
film.
though, isn't it? Or was it start of September?
That's end of September. So ideally, we could record that either that week or the end of... Or
Well, we could get it out early October and then.
One trying shit out. But don't forget, I'm going away.
Zootopia.
The 25th.
Zootopia 2.
That's in December, dumbass.
Fuck.
What? Wait, how's that come
That's
out?
just Google coming up with shit.
No.
caught stealing.
We're watching Zootopia too.
If it
I
gets
will
good
be.
reviews, I'll watch it.
I'll be watching it, not with you two.
Who are you watching with Archie?
Jade. That's an answer. Oh well. You'll find out.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much
Thanks,
for listening.
guys. Cheers.
Goodbye.
Bye.